Hey, top of the day to you, wherever you may be and whatever time it might be. It's time for Three Guys Before the Game. This is episode number 676. It is our Lafayette recap and our Clemson preview. And do not adjust your ears or your eyes, but there's three people in the studio. It has been an unprecedented 19 days since the last time he was in here. Ladies and gentlemen, Hoppy returns in studio. He's been a busy beaver. We'll tell you about Hoppy's wonderful travels coming up in just a little bit. Good to have him back.
Good to have him back.
I think he's different. I think he's changed. I got you out. Had the wrong mic up.
Oh, okay. No, I'm the same guy.
Not really. We had conversation with you before we started, Brad. I think he's struggling a little bit, don't you?
Well,
yeah, a little bit. That's all right.
Well, Brad immediately, I thought he'd be happy to see me back. Immediately launched on me. I made just an innocent comment. Immediately launched on me.
Inaccurate.
Yep. Some people better listen more than they talk.
No,
Three Guys brought to us by Gomart. Get a Gomart rewards card and immediately begin saving on food and fuel. Go to Gomart.com for details. Download the app, especially now. They got the Marty spin going on until the 19th of December. Win all kinds of stuff. Just go in there, QR code it. Three Guys brought to us by Lou Wendell Marine Sales in St. Albans. They got the greatest job in the world because they sell family fun. Award-winning Lou Wendell Marine Sales. 40 years in business. Number one pontoon boat dealer in the state of West Virginia. Great time for service. Great time for getting a little something special you've been waiting for the Christmas holiday season. Lou Wendell Marine Sales. Three Guys because why? Because summer will come back. Three Guys brought to us by Tudor's Biscuit World. Start your day the homemade way. Got a great suggestion for you with Thanksgiving coming shortly. It involves Tudor's. Tell you about that in a bit. Three Guys brought to us by Comax Business Systems, keeping West Virginia's business data safe, secure, and efficient for 25 years. By Jan Dills. Attorneys at law, they won't take no for an answer. They're like about a 2-year-old. They just go, no, 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 no. You know when 2-year-olds, that's when they get in that thing, no.
Yeah.
That's what Jan Dills. They could have a baby. They could just, for their commercial, just go, no, no, no. They won't take no for an answer. And Three Guys brought to us by Conley CPA Group, providing value beyond numbers. All right, let's do this thing. As we begin our recording, West Virginia's football program has just received a massive commitment from a legacy player. Kevin Brown, the son of former WVU offensive lineman Tim Brown, commits to West Virginia. By the time you hear and see this, it will be old news, yet there is tremendous significance in that. He is a flip from Penn State. He is a day one starter when he comes into this program. Had his pick to go anywhere, and I say anywhere in the country, and he becomes a massive foundational piece in Rich Rodriguez's second stint here at West Virginia. It opens up a lot of excitement. It also opens up a lot of questions like, what is the synergy from Kevin Brown saying yes, and how many others may follow? That is significant, and he wanted it on an even more global scale. When was the last time West Virginia had, in the course of a week, 2 national recruits? Miles Sadler in basketball. One service has got him as a 5. One service has got him at a 4. He's one of the best players in the country, on track to be a McDonald's All-American. And it's a heck of a time right now. Oh, by the way, the women's basketball team with 5 players beat Duke.
The Greenbrier 5.
The Greenbrier 5. So anyway, just massive news, and these are the kind of things that you have to do in both of these programs to gain national relevance and then obviously to win.
Tony, I think the point being national relevance, that we just watched it, and Pat McAfee had him on with his family, and they spent about 15 minutes, and I'm sure it wasn't great for Stuart Hall, but he set fire to a couch out in the backyard. But point being, Brad, in recruiting, everybody is saying wonderful things about their program. And what does that do? What does this do? It cuts through the clutter, right? It sets you apart. When you do this thing like with McAfee today, it sets you apart from everybody else. It gives you a distinction, which is an edge in recruiting.
provides some momentum too.
Yeah.
Right? I think that's the other part that it does, both on the basketball side with Sadler saying yes, and then this is a big one. And Tony, you mentioned it. I mean, Penn State's a program that's open for business, right? And that's what happens. You want to fire your coach early, it is open. It's recruits. It's going to be guys on your current roster, and West Virginia certainly swooped in and took advantage of the opening that was there that otherwise wouldn't have presented itself. So massive get, and you're right. And listen, normally you would say, oh, you're going to start true freshman there in Lafayette. Well, you've seen that work. Zach Frazier, Wyatt Milam, don't have to go back far to see two guys that stepped right in, day one starters, and had mammoth success here at West Virginia. So if Kevin can become an anchor here, that's awesome. So big-time momentum just gained here in the last 10 minutes or so.
And his dad was a fantastic player. Went on to play in the National Football League. He was here from 2000 through 2004, so he bridged between Don Nealon and Rich Rodriguez. And when he made the announcement, he said, let's face it, he wasn't as smiley and as happy about West Virginia's football program until Rich got back. Rich comes back last December. His son had already committed to Penn State, and he went like he was bumming. And then the unintentional or the unexpected, they fire James Franklin. It opens it up. Right place, right time. Rich is here. West Virginia gets himself a special player.
You could see what it meant to Tim, too, the dad Tim there. He got a little choked up and emotional talking to Pat as they were reliving the days under Rich right there. So just massive, just a huge get. Can't overstate how big that was.
Speaking of massive, did you get a good look at him?
He's a big dude.
He's a big guy.
Very large young man. Yeah, he's very large.
What is he, 6'5", 285, something?
Yeah.
I mean, he's a big dude.
I don't know. I'm sure it's out there. Does he come in January? Early grad? I wonder. I don't know that yet, but that would be great if he could jump right in here. And so by the time spring ball comes in there, he's on the field.
Come this week.
Yeah, well,
let's go get him. I mean, there's no rules.
Play against Texas Tech. What do you think, Brad?
Maybe
get him in there for the Texas Tech. A couple snaps.
Other schools have done that, where you've gone right from high school into playing in college action within the same month. So
yeah,
if he's available.
So that's all good news. More to come. And recruiting day is 2 weeks from tomorrow. 2 weeks from tomorrow.
What does that even mean anymore?
Well, it means you'll know what you got. And then, obviously, that's the big one. And then when the transfer portal opens up again in January, and then you'll go back out and you'll get more dudes, but you'll have a pretty good essence of what your recruiting class is going to be. That transfer portal class will be Rich has been talking about 10, 15 in that group. He's been saying 12-ish, and again, the number will fluctuate. But he doesn't want to go out there and have to get 30 portal guys. He wants to go out there and hand pick about a dozen guys that he thinks will fill in spots that they need help in. So we'll get into all that later on because we still do have one football game to play. Meanwhile, the world champion Mountaineer men's basketball team, now 5-0 on the season. Ross Hodge now tied for the best start in school history by a first-year coach. Fred Schaus was also 5-0. He lost his sixth game.
Oh.
West Virginia plays its sixth game Friday night against the Clemsons, and we'll preview that game as well. We will also look back at last night's 81-59 final over the Leopards of Lafayette. And
what side of the court was Honor Huff on when he was hitting those shots?
All of them.
All over.
All of them.
Did it from all over.
Was he in the stands? Was he
he
over with you guys there at the broadcast location?
He did shoot one from the concourse. I'll tell you, the one at the end of the half. Was that your favorite? Was the one at the end of your half your favorite?
That was a good one.
That was mine because he caught it, turned, and shot it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was good. The one that was contested at the end of the shot clock was a pretty good one,
Far
too.
sideline, yeah.
8 of 9, guys. So he's one away from Alex Ruoff's single-game school record of 9. But what's amazing, 8 of 9. 8 of 12 would have been a blistering hot night. 8 of 16, we still would have gone, 50% is really good. Guy came in here, just made 8 threes.
Yeah,
Dude was 8 of 9 from
point.
3. I mean, that to me is almost as impressive as just making the 8 on its own. But I'm glad you got to see it there. That's the Honor Huff experience, right? We've seen that in practice. The close scrimmage against Maryland when he put 10 on them, that's what it looked like. He can just get blistering hot, and when he gets hot like that, look out. I'm not sure there's a better pure shooter in the country, and you got to see it last night.
That was
Incredible performance.
He enjoys himself when he does that because he comes back down the floor almost giggling, right? It's almost
a little
like
bouncier than he normally is, which is pretty bouncy.
He's like giggling. He's just kind of like, okay, just keep giving it to me. I'm in one of these. Shot that. That's as well as he shot it since we were at Buffalo Wild Wings, And we had the Nerf ball.
I think he shot it better than with the Nerf ball.
Well, he had 11 that night, I think, at Buffalo Wild Wings. He had 8 last night in a game that actually counted.
We took more shots at Buffalo Wild Wings. Hoppy, you asked where they came from?
Yeah.
Just go ahead and give it to you.
Yeah.
Well, that's his season. I was going to give you the game. I'll go back and get that.
All right.
All over is the answer.
Textual Healing is coming up. We got a lot of reaction from Sunday's show about the Sweet Caroline plane. That has that's caught a wave, and a lot of people are opining about that. 3 Guys, sponsored in part by Tudor's Biscuit World. As you know, next week is Thanksgiving. Think about this. If you're hosting family or friends during the Thanksgiving holiday, or you're feeding hungry hunters, obviously that's going on, what do you say just don't stress it. Let Tudor's handle breakfast. From mouth-watering biscuits to savory sausage gravy, they've got the home-style favorites that your guests will love. Spend less time stressing and cooking in the kitchen, more time for memories. Think about Tudor's for breakfast, because you know how that is. If you do have people over, right, and it's the morning, what's the easiest way to navigate all that? Who wants eggs? Do you want eggs? Anybody want eggs? Who's getting pancake? Oh, we don't have syrup. We're all out of syrup. Did you get, you were supposed to get the orange juice. Don't deal with that.
And here's what you do, because you want to get away from the family a little bit, and you say, I'll make a biscuit run. I'll go to Tudor's. I'll be back in about an hour with a bunch of biscuits. Yeah. See, and you get out of the house, and you're a hero because you bring back Tudor's biscuits.
Yeah, could be. Have you given us your obvious observations, or can I play the song?
You can play it.
Good to have you back in here.
It's good to be back.
We missed you.
I miss being around you guys.
No, we missed you. He says that. Yeah, I miss being around you guys. About another week, he'll probably leave and not come back for another month.
That sound brand new, but they're things we already knew.
Yep, it's that time.
Bomb ready, heaven knows. Let's make it quick before his bladder blows.
Bladder problems, yep.
Hoppy's obvious observation.
Yeah.
Boom. So my focus is on the Clemson game.
Oh, looking ahead. Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, next game, sure.
Yeah. And I like the matchup because it's Clemson. And Tony, you mentioned before the broadcast in our meeting that it's, for some reason, we are always kind of semi-connected to Clemson in basketball. And there's a banner, as you well know, hanging in the Coliseum, Brad, from the 2007 game when West Virginia won the NIT and defeated the Clemson Tigers 78-73. Frank Young, 24 points in that game. By the way, a guy, and we should find out what happened to him because we never heard from him again, came off the bench in that game, had 20 points. Deshaun Butler.
Yeah, I remember that day.
Not sure whatever happened to him.
Yeah.
But and we're talking about 3-point shots from Honor Huff. West Virginia was 12 of 20 from 3-point range, Brad, in that game.
Pretty good, 60%.
Beat the Tigers. So
bittersweet game. Bittersweet.
Because,
it's a definition of bittersweet. We knew that in all likelihood that was John Beilein's last game while it was happening. So you win yourself a world's championship, and then you leave, the game's over, and you go he's out.
We had to go get our pie at Junior's Deli there, all bummed out, even though you just won a world's championship.
Yeah.
So it's cool that there's some history there, kind of like that. This is supposed to be a rebuilding year for Coach Brad. You say Brownell? Coach Brownell. And he's had an interesting tenure, 16 years at Clemson. That's a long time anymore. And at one point, they were about ready to fire him. And then in the last 3 years, he's been torrid. He's been hot. They've won 74 games over the last 3 years, got to the Elite Eight a couple years ago, won a school record 27 games
27
last year.
2 years ago. Or last year, and 24 the previous year when they went to the Elite Eight, they won 24.
Yeah, so he's, even though they got bounced in the first round of the NCAA tournament, so he's turned it around, and he's got a new contract through 2030, 2031. So they've had a lot of success. They put a lot of guys in the show, too. Coming off the win over North Alabama, that was a game kind of like West Virginia had last night. I'm not going to get into the players. Brad will get into that. The loss they had was against a good Georgetown team. Georgetown shot 32 free throws in that game. 32 free throws, including 17 in the final 20 minutes. And you guys would know more about this than I would. 10 players have gotten quality minutes. So I don't know if that's because they've had less for opponents, Brad, or because they're trying to figure out the lineup because they got a lot of new guys, what's going on there. But given what West Virginia's done so far And given you got this venue in Charleston, given there's going to be West Virginia fans there, and given the opponent, I think that sets up really good for this game on Friday night.
Yeah. Ross Hodge said after the game against Lafayette, this team is now ready for this. In other words, you've played 5 in a row at home. You've got your sea legs, your basketball legs under you. Now you need to go into a different environment. So it's not going to be a true road environment. That won't come up until the Iowa State game. You're going to play on a neutral floor. Some will cheer for you. Some will cheer against you. So it's the next step up the ladder. So I do think they're ready for this.
This has a chance to be one of the cooler environments of these MTEs, multi-team events right there, right? With Clemson close by, West Virginia's going to have a great contingent there. Georgia will have some people there. I think this could be fun.
You know what makes these nice and what makes these special is the size of the arena. And by that, I mean, these are smallish places that you play in. So it's unusual. You won't play in a smaller place again this season. And that's what I really like about these things, because they become kind of like high school games that are sold out high school games. They're filled. There's a ton of people in there. It's very, there's 2 games on each side. And so you have some fans that don't care, Xavier and Georgia, but they'll be there. Then you got the Clemson and the West Virginia fans, and it just makes a really nice, loud environment because you get cheering the whole game. Mm-hmm. It's not one way like when you're on a home game. And so they're really good environments. And again, I totally agree with Ross on this, that it's a great opportunity for his team to take a step of growth. And the Chance Moore and the Chance Moore debut comes after he sits out 5 games, and I'm really intrigued just to kind of see over time. I mean, you don't expect like magic game 1, but over time, what does Chance Moore's presence on the floor do to West Virginia in global terms?
Gives you a guy that can help you at both ends. He can shoot the 3. He can really put the ball on the floor and get to the basket. Is not afraid to do that. In fact, that might be the best thing he's bringing to this team. But 6'6", so he can guard as well. He'll rebound. He'll block some shots. He'll give you a little bit of everything. So this will be a nice guy being mixed in. Now, West Virginia's going to have a little bit of a reset also here, as they're still learning to play with the first 8 that have been playing. Now you're mixing a guy in that's going to get some minutes. You got to get him up to game shape, and everybody's got to refigure out their role a little bit. So there'll be some of that feeling out process too.
Chance Moore, just watching him in practice, he got a little it to him.
Yeah.
He got a little toughness to him, right? Got a little toughness, like he will go down the lane angry. And I think that's a good thing.
I think that's what I want to watch first and foremost is you got a guy that like Honor that did what he did last night. So that's going to do nothing to bring the defenders off of him, right? They're going to stick even further. But that creates some driving lanes there. And so that gives Jasper Floyd an opportunity to drive and kick. But I really am anxious to watch how that opens it up for a Chance Moore. That's a guy you get Harlan down low that seals his guy with Chance over on a wing with Honor in the corner with a guy stuck to him. There's a lot of room to operate down there. Chance getting straight to the basket, I think, will be a nice addition to this offensive team.
Yeah, he's really good in the open floor in transition. He will take it and go. You have anything else, obviously, to say? Or does that conclude your obvious comments?
I think that does it.
Well, that was something we already knew. Obvious thoughts from Hoppy's point of view.
West Virginia beat Clemson in the NIT.
He's consistent.
This segment has been brought to us by Blistex. The lip balm in the blue can, soft lips, smooth talk. That's the plan.
Yeah, good deal. Keep those lips moistured. All right, outstanding.
Thank you.
Good to have you back.
Good to be back.
Yeah, coming up on Textual Healing, Hoppy's going to detail where he has been. 3 guys before. By the way, you're going to love it. I'm just going to tell you, a preview. Maybe some might accuse me here of overhyping things.
Yeah, don't overhype
Jump in.
it.
What do you think, Brad?
Pretty wild.
Pretty wild. 3 guys brought to us by Jan Dills, attorneys at law. They simply won't take no for an answer. We're going to South Carolina for hoops. They got clients in South Carolina. Why? Because they've got clients in all 50 states. Based in Parkersburg, they do the people's work every single day. If you need help when it comes to filing for military benefits or Social Security claims, they do it every single day, and it doesn't cost you a penny, zero, until they get a settlement for you. It is a long, arduous process when you go through it, Bureaucratic? Yes, indeed. So hook up with Jan Dill's attorneys at law before you begin, and they will walk you through the process. They also handle personal injury as well. Jan Dill's attorneys at law. All right, spreads on stats. So you're going to go 2 on this. You're going to go recap the Lafayettes, and then we're also going to do the Clemsons.
Yeah, we'll hit a little of both right here.
Okay, sounds good. Let's do it.
So I checked the numbers. We'll just go right to the numbers. Here comes a heater.
Let's jump into the analytics portion of the show.
Still can't believe Kevin Brown lit that couch on fire. That was awesome.
Did not see that coming.
No, that was a great
I
move.
don't think Pat saw that coming either.
That was a great move. Just a great move. For you guys, brought to us by Spreads on Stats, Conley's CPA Group. What do? Value is what they provide, way beyond the numbers. A complete service public accounting firm, but they consult, serve their clients throughout the state of West Virginia and more. Just like Lou Wendell, they're in their 40th year of operation, which means they do really good work because, like Hoppy, if you can last over 40 years in one particular field, that means you do it very, very well.
Just keep showing up.
They can outsource your accounting. They can outsource your CFO services. So give them a jingle. Last night inside the Hope Coliseum, West Virginia's Mountaineers go to 5-0 with an 81-59 victory. West Virginia ends the game on a 10-0 run over the last 2 minutes, 12-2 over the last 220. Make 4 of their last 5. And the visiting Leopards, they went cold. Didn't score the last 2-12, missed their last 4 shots. West Virginia outscores them 45-34 in the second half, win it 81-59.
Season high 81 points for the Mountaineers. Hoppy, you asked about Honor Huff. Where
Yes,
to make
I
them
did.
from? You
Yes.
can probably see my screen.
Wow.
Red is good, bad is not, or blue is not. A lot of red.
There's a lot
So
of
he was 4 of 4 from the left wing 3. He was 1 of 2 from the top of the key 3. He was 2 of 2 from the right wing 3, and 1 of 1 from the right corner 3.
He's fearless.
Have a day, Honor Huff. Won't be the last time we see him get blistering hot inside the Hope Coliseum. Here's what's wild. 8 of 9, very nearly the school record in 3-pointers made, and he wasn't your leading scorer last night.
Yeah.
That honor, pun intended, Hop,
Understood.
belongs to DJ Thomas, true freshman. How about DJ Thomas, guys? 25 points last night. Continues to just really be impressive, especially on the offensive end. Last night we talked to Ross after the game. I thought defensively DJ was really good last night. It was maybe one of his best defensive performances, but he was a dude inside. Here's what's wild. 5th leading scorer in 5 games for West Virginia now.
That's wild.
That is.
That's good.
That's good. Multiple guys, right? Put opposing teams in some conflict there on what you're going to do with your scouting report.
And you know what's I couldn't watch the game last night. I was on an airplane, but I was listening to you guys. And when listening to you guys on other broadcasts, how much you say his name.
DJ?
Who, DJ?
Yeah, by that I mean he's involved, okay? So he's like always, you might mention his name more than anybody else. It just seems like he's always around, always involved.
It's been a good start. It's one of those byproducts. Again, we talk about unintended consequences all the time, or unintended benefits sometimes. One of the unintended benefits of Jackson Fields being injured and missing practice and game time has been the emergence of DJ Thomas. This is the guy that was always going to play. He was going to be in this rotation, but his minutes, there's no question, have increased because Jackson's not available, a 6'9" big that's going to come in as probably your first big guy, frontline guy off the bench, and DJ's taken advantage of that. Right? And he's been able to grow up, again, not just so much in the game minutes, but the practice reps every single day of just being force-fed out there with the starting group and with the top 8 guys and having to go in there and bang. And I think it's really benefited him.
You can't I think you're 1,000% right. You can't overstate the significance of what he just got. He got, what's that word? Immersion. Like when you want to learn a new language, you go do it. They say immersion's the best way to do it. You just totally immersed in it. He got immersed into Mountaineer basketball at a much higher rate than would have ever happened. So if Jackson Fields was available, then his development, DJ's development, probably never reaches this point the entire season. Why? Because these games are invaluable. And once league play starts, had he not been up to snuff, he's probably a 4 to 7 to 8 minute guy a game. Agreed? Somewhere in that range?
Yeah, somewhere in that range, yeah.
So he never would blossom the way that he has blossomed. Now, the fact that he has blossomed when we get into this week and then later on when he plays Wake Forest and Ohio State and then we get into the league, like he's had his epiphany moment that he can play at this level. And he no longer will go on the floor and go like, can I do this? Am I at this level yet? The answer to him is yes, which may have never would have come had he not been immersed into this so soon. It's a good thing.
The physicality portion of it, too, has been sped up. I mean, he sees it in practice, but early on, there's an adjustment period when you're coming from high school and you've been one of the biggest guys. You haven't had to be overly physical, right? And even with the teams West Virginia was playing prior to Pitt, there was a lot of physicality. I think that was a wake-up moment, like, oh, okay, this is what it is? Fine, I'm ready to go. And you saw him against Pitt, and I thought last night, answer that call physically, not just get the 25 points, which was great, but I thought physically he has been excellent in the last 2 games. And both games, guys, he provided, I think you used bridge on the broadcast last night, right? In terms of scoring, you needed him against Pitt as somebody that could get you a couple buckets when it went a little bit cold and you were struggling and Pitt was starting to score, and you needed to stay close so that you could ultimately overtake them. I thought it was the same thing last night. That West Virginia struggling to score a little bit, and there was DJ Thomas getting you consistent buckets.
7 straight.
And then handed the baton off to Honor Huff and took it from there. But I thought DJ's development has been tremendous.
You know why he's ahead too physically? Like most, sometimes you're young freshmen, which is a stupid term. You're not a young freshman, you're a freshman. You don't need to say young, he's a freshman. Sometimes freshmen just physically aren't mature enough. And when they get down inside and they get slammed by someone else's hip, they're about 3 or 4 feet down the floor. This guy is just a specimen physically, like way beyond his years, which bodes well really for the future. But right now he can go in there against anyone in this conference, and when they start banging against each other, he's going to hold his position, which is key.
Yeah, his emergence has been fantastic. We talked last night on the air, Tony. I mentioned I can't wait to see the catch and shoot numbers because it felt to me like West Virginia was getting a lot of open looks. 15 total catch and shoots, 8 of them were unguarded. I actually thought there'd be more, but 8 of them were unguarded. That's the second most this season, only 1 behind Pitt. Pitt left West Virginia unguarded on 9 of the catch and shoots. Here's the game changer. You make so many of those, you were 1.75 points per possession on guarded catch and shoots.
Unguarded.
On guarded catch and shoots. You were making shots on the ones you were being guarded, which is a good sign moving forward. Speaking of that, on the season, Honor has 28 catch and shoot threes. Okay? 28 catch and shoot threes. 20 of them have been classified as guarded. So Honor's not getting a lot of space, and he's still making shots. He is 45% from 3 on guarded three-pointers. That's tremendous. So you're seeing the come to fruition what we thought about Honor Huff, last year's nation's leader in three-pointers made. Talk a little defense for a second. Lafayette came into this game averaging just 11 turnovers per game. They had that at halftime. West Virginia finishes forcing 19 turnovers, led to a points off turnover advantage of 20-9. So again, defensively, did what you had to do. We commented early, Tony, Lafayette was uncomfortable right from the very beginning. West Virginia's defense, and it's not just on ball. They're off ball, Hop. They are starting to get it. Not anywhere near where they're going to be by the end of the year, but they're starting to do a much better job of closing lanes and closing gaps and shutting off that middle, as Ross Hodge wants them to do. So good defensive effort. Lafayette did shoot it well from 3. That was a little bit of a surprise.
Second half got sizzly.
They did. They made 10 two-point field goals in the game and 10 three-pointers in the game. That was different.
Hit some hard shots.
Yeah, they did. They made some really tough shots. West Virginia moved the ball extremely well last night. A season-high 19 assists. So West Virginia is normally right around that 50% mark for an assist rate. How many baskets do you assist on? 66% on Monday, so they passed it extremely well.
What was the adjusted points per possession?
1.3.
Ooh.
Really good.
Yeah.
Again, we kept saying that. West Virginia was over 1 for all of these games, which again, would be among the nation's leaders if you did it for a season. But that was without making a bunch of threes. You see how that changes when you come down and bang a season-high 9 threes. And that wasn't even a blistering hot performance from everybody. For Honor, it was, but really other than that, it wasn't. I mean, I think there's still some runway left to go on this team from a shooting performance collectively on some night.
What's going to be super interesting to watch is when West Virginia plays Clemson, we'll get into them in a second, is what now do opposing teams do to Honor Huff? Okay, so here you go. Guy just went smoking on you. So everyone's scouting report's going to be, we're not going to let that guy gets shots. Well, how are you going to do that? Because if you overcompensate, someone else is going to be open. So that is going to be really fun to see and watch. And as you said, 5 different guys have led this team in scoring to this point, which means there is no weak lamb on the floor. You can't just say, you can
play off so-and-so.
You can play off this guy, which we've seen a ton of, right? Let's face it. A year ago, there were a couple of guys when teams played West Virginia, they didn't need to concern themselves offensively. Well, now you got guys. So that will make it super interesting to see what the game plan is going to be.
I think you're pretty close if you're Clemson. You have to darn near face guard him at this point. I mean, I think you have to say, fine, if DJ Thomas wants to get 25 or Harlan wants to get 20 or Jasper Floyd beats you, so be it. We're not going to stand out there and let Honor Huff get a bunch of threes. I mean, I don't know why you would guard him any differently. I do think you will start to see this more, and you saw it. Some Pitt tried to do it, just wasn't successful with it. You're going to see teams try and get really physical with him off the ball. Right, that was the evolution of Steph Curry. That's why you run him off so many screens and picks, because they're going to clutch and grab and bang and throw chicken wings into him. They're going to try and get really physical off ball in particular.
Mm-hmm. Which is something that I'm sure he has seen, but probably not with the level of athleticism and size that he will see in these games going forward. So now how do you deal with that?
His magic, though, is that he's not just a great shooter. His quickness and his change ability in terms of how quickly he can move he is a really tough guard. Like, you can say all that stuff we just said, it still may not work. As you're seeing by those numbers, you can be guarding him, and he's still going to have the ability to make one little move and step back. What? He's almost Tavon Austin-esque on a basketball floor.
Excuse me?
He's almost Tavon.
What do you mean? What's that mean?
How fast Tavon could go when he wanted to step on the gas, just straight speed, right? But then Tavon's magic was his ability to shift or change or high step you, then take off. I know you can't because you're calling it. Fans should watch Honor as much off the ball as you can, especially if you're there in the stadium live. His just straight speed and his stop and start when he's running from wing to wing is fun to watch. It reminds me of Tavon on the football field.
That's fair. He's got great lateral speed and does a great job with ball fakes. Right, we see he sends a few people into the sky and just steps. Those are painful for a defender, right? Like you're trying to close out, you come flying at him. All of a sudden he lifts, you lift, he goes sup, and then steps off one step to the side and just dots you.
Boom.
Those are painful.
Yeah,
those are painful. That one at the end of the half. You talk about a bummed out staff and a bummed out team. It happens right in front of the Lafayette bench. They knew exactly what was coming. They ran to Adam, and he still caught it, turned, and shot and scored. Just like kick in the gut.
The guy chasing him, his defender, was running as hard as he could to chase him. The defender guarding the inbound hop coming right in front of the Lafayette bench completely sagged off. He was 15 feet back from the end line and watching Honor. They knew he was coming right to that spot, still couldn't stop it. Love that. Those are the best.
Kind of neat.
All right, you want to do some quick Clemson here real quick?
Sure.
Clemson, Hop, you did a good job of recounting where they have been the last couple of years. Let's look at them this season. Wins so far over teams ranked in the Ken Palm rankings, 349, 330, 294. Their loss comes to number 72, Georgetown. These numbers as of late last night. That got me thinking, I wonder where West Virginia sits up when you look at resume so far.
Oh.
So I headed over. First time we've referenced our buddy evanmia.com. So I went over there, and he does a thing and ranks resume quality this point. Really early.
Evan Miyakawa?
Really early. Yeah.
Okay.
Miyakawa, yeah. Really early. I realize it. Really early. Did I say it's early?
It's early.
It's early in the season.
Still November.
Still November. When does the season start? September? I mean, they played 5 games. It's not even Thanksgiving.
Got a lot early.
Still got a few days left.
Clemson, 127th nationally in resume quality through 5 games. They have a win quality rank of 184, according to Evan, so far.
127, 184, okay.
West Virginia, 35th nationally in resume quality through 5 games and 83rd in win quality rank. Early bracketology.
Oh, don't even bring that crap up after what happened last year. That's a doggone swear word, bracketology. That ain't worth a crap.
West Virginia's in the field as of today. It's early. Clemson is really big, guys. 4 6'10" guys. 2 of their 3 leading scorers are 6'10". They have a third that plays a bunch, and he has their best offensive rating. So they got some size. This is going to be a real challenge. One of those players, the WAC Defensive Player of the Year last year, led the league in block shots. So West Virginia's going to have its work cut out for it in the post. So I'm interested to see how they defend.
We also saw that young fella from Utah twice last year, and now he's a member of the Tigers.
Yeah, Jake Whalen. He's one of those 6'10" guys, and he's sitting right now as their best offensive rating. It will be similar, it seems, in style. They're fairly patient offensively as well. So that'll be fun to watch. 2 teams that are pretty similar going back at it in terms of pace or tempo or possessions per game, however you want to classify that. Hop, you mentioned the number of guys that have played for them so far. They also have all of those guys that can shoot it. They have 7 different players that average at least 3 3-point attempts per game. That's a lot. So you talk about multiple different guys that can shoot it, but only one of those is better than 35% from 3-point land. So points are going to be at a premium, I think, in this game. 17 assists per game on average, so they're at that 61% assist rate, similar to what West Virginia was last night. But they seem to be, I mentioned how they're patient. They get you moving. They want to get you rotating, pass that ball around, and again, extremely skilled passers, ends up with some pretty good shots so far in the season. So West Virginia's going to have to hold its own defensively and not get caught over-rotating or shifting. I mentioned that pace. They're 352nd nationally in tempo out of 364.
Think this thing's in the 60s?
I think it might be first 1 to 60 gets the win there. You're in a different gym. You're on the road for the first time here. Both teams like to run clock offensively, and both teams are really going to guard you. Right now, Clemson's 9th nationally in opponent effective field goal percentage. But here's what's interesting. Remember, they've played those 3 teams in the 300s. When they played Georgetown, their best opponent to date, they gave up 51% from the field as an effective field goal rate. That's the highest given up by the Tigers on the season, and the season high for Georgetown on the other end. So their one quality opponent, Georgetown, was able to shoot it pretty well against them. The most frequent location for opponents when you shoot the 3 against Clemson, Hoppy, is top of the key. Would you like to take a guess what the best spot is for West Virginia when shooting the 3?
Is it top of the key?
It would be. Thank you, Hoppy. Top of the key, 41% from there. So that might match itself up pretty well.
3 guys brought to us by Lou Wendell Marine Sales, happen to be the largest pontoon boat dealer in the state of West Virginia. They sell Avalon pontoon boats, which are made here in the U.S. of A., state of Michigan. That's right. It's not too late as the year winds down to get yourself a fantastic deal if you're looking ahead. Time to trade in a boat? Time to get a new one? Around this Christmas holiday season, deals available or need service. It's Lou Wendell Marine Sales. That's Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We were asking about Hoppy's hydration earlier with that lip balm and all that kind of stuff. One way to stay hydrated is H2O, water. Simple as that. If you're a business owner or you have folks that need to be hydrated, and right now you're bringing in all these plastic bottles and doing this and all doing that kind of stuff, no need to do it. Comax Business Systems has the I-12 water cooler. Cold water, hot water, ice, the whole deal. Contact Comax Business Systems, and they can hydrate you. They've been at it a long, long time. Visit ComaxWV.com, not only for the water machines that they have, but basically, in all seriousness, they sell every single piece of office equipment that you could need. It's time to heal, brothers and sisters. It's time to heal. Textual Healing. Textual Healing brought to us by episode800.com. We're there 24 hours a day. We've got elves. They just sit there and they respond and answer to all your texts. 304-404-4083. All of our stuff's available there that you can buy. Mountaineer Munch popcorn and the coffee from Mountaineer Roasting, our apparel. And don't forget, this coming Saturday afternoon, it's sold out, but we're going to be there from 12 until 3 at Freddy's Fish World in the Isle of Palms, South Carolina.
Lawrence says it's not called Fish World. Lawrence's.
We're not going to Freddy's Fish World? Lawrence's Seafood? We're going to go to Lawrence's Seafood Company, 1130 Ocean Boulevard on the Isle of Palms. We're going to have an event from noon until 3. We're going to have some surprise guests that I think you'll enjoy. We're just going to have fun. And plus, like for $35, you can get all-you-can-eat oysters.
Really?
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, which is
a good
nice,
deal.
I
We're
think.
gonna get some of those. You gonna order those for us?
Yeah, I'm gonna eat a lot. I'll overeat. Let's jump in. Where has Hoppy been over the last 19 days? Why hasn't he been here? Well, my boy, when he's not here, let's just say this: he doesn't stay stateside. He does not stay stateside. Hoppy, where have you been?
I was in my wife and I were in Morocco.
Morocco,
We were in
not Mananga,
Not
but
Mananga.
Morocco.
We were in Casablanca, Rabat, the capital, Fez, Marrakesh, Meknes, all around the Sahara Desert. We were in the Sahara Desert.
Did you bring any pictures with you back?
I did, and I sent you guys. I thought you'd get a kick when I was out, and when I was there, I sent you guys a couple of pictures.
Oh, we
I thought
got a
you'd get
kick.
out of
We
it.
got a big kick when you were sending these in. Go ahead. This is a snake charmer?
This is in Meknes, and this is in the plaza there, and there's a snake charmer. Those are
That's
cobras.
not you. That's not you.
That is not me.
Yeah.
Had a video of him playing the whatever that is.
There's a cobra right there?
It was a cobra. Yeah, two cobras.
Now, what the hell is this?
This is in the Sahara Desert. This is my wife.
Respiration issues there, Hoppy, with
well,
the sand?
you wear that's like a
Is that because of the sand?
yeah.
Does it
Plus, you want to look the part. I think is a big thing.
does it come up and get up on you? The sand?
No, the wind was not blowing that day.
Oh, great.
You know the thing about it, the Sahara. You know how to go to the beach and the sand is wet. The
Yeah.
sand is like perfectly dry.
Sure.
Like if you picked it up, it would just all drain through your fingers. So that's the Sahara Desert. We went for a pre-dawn camel ride.
Excuse me? What did you say? You went for a pre-dawn camel ride?
Pre-dawn camel ride. So that we had just ridden out to one of the sand dunes, and the sun's coming up behind us there. That's me and my wife to my right, and my old college roommate Sam Bruner, his wife Debbie, there.
Oh.
How was the camel ride?
It was great.
Bumpy?
No, it was fairly smooth as camels go, I think. But that was pretty cool.
It's pretty smooth as camels go. You have any other pictures?
Yeah, I think there's one with the camels.
Good God, you got a monkey on your head. You got a monkey on his head.
That's my favorite one.
So I think that's in Fez, where we're at the big plaza there. There was a guy there with a monkey. Better than having a monkey on your back, I guess.
Yeah. Get that monkey off your back. Yeah.
So I said I want to get my picture taken with the monkey. The monkey jumps on my shoulder, and then the next thing I know, the monkey's on top of my head.
Did the monkey know you wanted to get your picture made with it?
I think the
when you
monkey
said that?
knew. I think the monkey knows.
That's what the monkey does.
That's what the monkey does. And by the way,
Was it a nice monkey?
That's not a. I think it was. I mean, it didn't bite me. I mean, that's not a free service. That's like everybody. Okay, you can get a monkey on your head for $5. So okay, I'll do that.
So all it was $5?
Or $2 or something, whatever, or 100 dirham. It was 100 dirham to 100 dirham was $10. So
Freaking amazing.
there's some other. I don't know if you have any other pictures. We had snakes around our necks. It was.
Would you go back?
No, I don't think so. Not because it wasn't great, but because
You just checked it off the
checked
list, and
it
now
off.
you go somewhere else.
Yeah. And what was interesting, I didn't show you any pictures. I think I sent you some pictures, but the markets in Marrakesh and Fez, I think it's Fez, fantastic markets. Just an old city like you would have seen in Italy, the old walled city, and within it, these narrow streets that just a car can't go down, and just shop after shop after shop after shop. I mean, you literally just get lost walking around.
Wow.
When you just see everything in the world. I mean, you can see anything from jewelry to the heads of animals.
Yeah, you sent some animal pictures that were pretty graphic.
Yeah.
They were butchering those animals.
Yeah.
I used a warning on a couple of those. Too.
What overall, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate food overall?
It was good.
6, 7?
Yeah, up in there. A lot of lamb.
No,
A lot of lamb, a lot of chicken. No pork, obviously. It's a Muslim country. But a lot of lamb, a lot of vegetables.
So they would not be fond of us with the pig we sold at the Preston County
That
buckwheat.
would not. There would be no takers.
Yeah, it would be a bad auction there
Yeah.
on that one.
But did not run into any West Virginians.
That's a stunner.
Had my hat on, but
That is a stunner.
didn't run into any. But it was amazing. But I'm sorry I was away from the show. But it was an opportunity to go, and but it's good to be back. We had had a very memorable time.
Then as soon as you landed, you went to Arizona State for the football game.
Yeah.
You're unbelievable.
Yeah, that was enjoyable too. That was like I said on the podcast the other day. It's just kind of weird. You know, they don't know us, right? We don't know them.
Yeah, it's like a non-conference game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they're not mad at us yet, and we're not really mad at them yet, and it's just sort of.
Nor will you be. You're not gonna see them.
But I was sitting there thinking, and obviously you were there, Tony. I mean, the geography is so different in the Southwest. I'm thinking, Brad, this is a conference game. Having a conference showdown with Arizona State.
That's mind-numbing. Mind-numbing. Well, that's good.
Yeah, good to be back.
Adventure.
Thank you.
3 guys. Scott from Kernersville, North Carolina. I've let you guys know that I got married in the Bahamas the other time about bringing a big crew for a home game. Anyway, I just want to let you know I have 2 tickets to the Oyster House in Charleston, South Carolina for Saturday. I hope to meet you guys in person. Looking forward to a great basketball weekend. Yeah, you'll meet us. Absolutely. We're going to. Don't forget, put your GPS in or use Waze, whatever you use. Put in Freddy's Fish World.
No, don't.
Charlie from Midlothian writes.
Although Scott did call it Oyster House. Lawrence's.
Yeah. Is that what it is?
Lawrence's.
All you can eat. ACYCOCCC. Charlie from Midlothian. Outstanding start to the season. Honor on Farr. And DJ, outstanding. Unselfish play. As for Sweet Caroline, naysayers, as Tony implied, build a bridge. Get over it. Next one. ESP must be new to a lot of listeners. This horse has been out of the barn for decades. I was at the Super Baseball Regional this past June. The LSU students chants, suck that blank, blank, blank when LSU does good or the opponent does bad. It's sports. Take it or leave it, you know. Texter, attention, Big 12. Better get West Virginia this season because we be coming. Our roster thin in many spots. Press conference by Rich was classic after the Arizona State game. I'm thrilled to have Rich back. I was not a fan of the hire. I was wrong. Welcome back, Coach. Texter, I believe we found ourselves a basketball coach. Love everything Hodge is doing on and off the court. A pit sweep works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Texter, 3 things. I wonder if those who feel a certain way about Sweet Caroline have sat in the stands for a game. I've had to explain a lot of things to my daughter as heard as opposed to fans chanting in a song. When it comes to casting Ryan Gosling in a sports movie, one has to take into account his being a liability on defense and remember the Titans. Personally, that disqualifies him in my opinion.
Good reference.
Meanwhile, I'm pretty sure that the NDA is no longer applicable, and one of my first jobs as a second assistant director early last year, there was a pontoon boat on set one day. Upon closer look, I could not find anything to suggest that it was from Lou Wendell, nor could I find anything to suggest it was not from Lou Wendell.
There you go.
So it's totally plausible that the fine folks from St. Albans have branched out to episodic television in addition to James Bond movies. Not a surprise here.
Solid point.
Scope spreads Dean. I can't get enough of the Greenbrier 5. Just incredible. One clarification about the ejections. When there's time on the clock during the game, the rule is clear about leaving the bench for a fight, automatic ejection, but it was halftime. The players are supposed to leave the bench at halftime. Should that situation not have been handled the same way a fight in pregame warmups or second half warmups will be handled? I think the fact that they were running toward the fight, you can't use the codicil that it was halftime. They were just going locker room. Problem, locker was in a different direction. But I did a little reading on this. I don't think they're suspended for the next game because they were not actually involved in a fight. If you were involved in the fight, like swinging, then you sit out the next one too. I think the fact that they were on the court does not exclude them from the next contest.
You just can't leave the bench.
No. Faye in Fayetteville. Question concerns basketball with the addition of Miles Sadler. Could you each give views of the Mountaineers recruiting in basketball? Also, how will this affect 26 and beyond? Sean from the Nebraska Panhandle. Well, what it does, the Miles Sadler and the Kevin Brown commitments, they put West Virginia nationally into a different light, and you're hoping that there is a synergy that exists in both basketball and football that other recruits will say, what's that smoke over there going on? No pun intended with Kevin burning that couch. But what's the smoke going on in that program? It may land you other players. And just also this, keep this one in mind as well. You know, this is unprecedented, right, to get this level of kid. Why is it happening? Why is it happening? A couple of things. You've got to recruit these kids. They've got to feel comfortable. You've got to explain to them exactly how the whole thing's going to work. But It's always the money. And isn't it amazing now that everyone is able to spend money, the level of players that you're able to get that in the past you would have had no shot on? Because other people, let's face this too, they were way ahead in the revenue share NIL game. Would you say that's fair, Brad?
Yeah, it also does this. It's what we've been talking about on the positive side. And listen, do you have as much money as everybody? No, but you never did, right? To your point there, you never did. But what it does with Sadler and Brown, the connections matter. The connections on who they know matter and got you to the table. But if you don't have the offer that everybody else is, if you're not able to offer the same menu, then the connections aren't going to matter.
Correct.
Now you're in a position where you can say, we've got the connections, we win that side of it, and we're in the mix with the dollars. Let's go.
Excellent point. So obviously Rich Rodriguez is the connection that goes back to Tim Brown. Miles Sadler's connection is WVU assistant Yusuf Ali. Long-term connection with him. That opens the door. So you got trust built in. Then you pay the rate. And that's how you get a player.
Yeah, Sadler, just real quick from a playing perspective, he just does it all. He'll be a great on-ball defender. He can penetrate to the hoop offensively. He's a good outside shooter. He'll add that element too. So as you would expect with a 5-star kid that's a top 40, may end up in the top 30, top 25, he can literally cover it all. I did think it was interesting real quick. He commented one of the first things, if it wasn't the first thing he said, it was right up there, on Ross's success with smaller guards. And if you remember, it's exactly what Honor Huff told us when we had him on this podcast in the summer, that was the most attractive part of that is Ross has had a proven track record of sub-6-foot guards that have turned out and been extremely good for him.
Texter, hello, three guys, if Hoppy's available. I had to share a West Virginia story. Please pardon the length. 2 of my young adult children, my wife and I, at Disney's Art of Animation for a week in November, Monday, November 10. My wife and I are at Animal Kingdom Park. Returning back to our hotel on the Skyline ride, my wife and I are in the car. An older lady, she notices my West Virginia sweatshirt, tells us about her and her husband now living in Martinsburg.
Of course they are.
Well, we had a good conversation. The next Skyline stop we got off had to transfer to another ride to our hotel. The very next ride, my wife and I are paired up with a young couple, 2 kids. Yeah, you guessed it. They were from West Virginia, Taze Valley. I told them I got a sister that lives in Hurricane and a brother living in Cross Lanes. Further discussion, she asks me if my sister used to teach at Taze Valley Elementary. I said, yeah, she's retired now.
Sure she did.
The young lady proceeded to tell me my sister's name. I was shocked to say the least. After I got her name, we departed. I mentioned to the young couple that I would mention this story to my sister. Well, on Thursday, 13th of November, before we buried my 96-and-a-half-year-old dad who passed away the previous Thursday, I told my sister about our encounter with that family on the Skyline ride and told her the young lady's name was Bethany, but I couldn't remember her last name. My sister knew her last name. I was just shocked by the whole encounter. I talked to someone that knew my sister. Small world after all. Thanks for sharing. Hot Rod in Woodbridge, Virginia. Amazing. Episode 675 in pod text. I guess I'm raising my 11 and my 13-year-old boys wrong. I had them at the TCU game. Sweet Caroline comes on. I said, all right, boys, here's your chance to let the S word fly and not get in trouble. And when you let it go with all you got. It's a declaration of your Mountaineer parent fandom duty not to let your kids chant, eat, crap, pit, in my opinion. Sorry to all the stuffed shirts out there. Chad in Rochester.
I've been there. I have authorized the same thing in limited doses, and it's funny. You will, or I think I shouldn't speak for anybody else. I will remember their look when you say, okay, go ahead with it for the first time. Yeah. So yeah, that's a part of the deal.
It is.
Hi, guys. Lydia from Fair. You remember Lydia, don't you?
Sure.
Yeah. She's one of the good ones. Thanks for covering the women's historic game on Friday. I've done some research. 5 players who jumped off will have to sit out. Is that the case? So we talked about that. Hoppy, I'm partial to Ryan Gosling for the Mark Kellogg role in the Greenbrier movie, although Adam Driver is a strong choice as well.
Okay.
Finally, I've been efforting on the memorial for the girls' basketball victory. I think West Virginia should have the Greenbrier 5 and Mark's sign and date of basketball as part of the display. Yeah, I think that's good.
Let's do this. Let's just milk it for all it's worth forever. Let's let it always be something, right?
Yeah.
Especially because it's Duke.
To the Pitt fan that texted in complaining about Sweet Caroline, it's football. It's a rivalry. It gets chippy. It's about making the fans happy. I'm going to teach my daughter to say it only when we play Pitt or if they play it when we go to a game. Texter. Trace Amigos, long-time texting, but listen every minute. Jay from Midlothian here. A couple of follow-ups from the last episode. Regarding the Arizona State game, second drive, have not seen a mention, but the Devils had not yet gotten a first down. Worst case, you don't get it, you leave them 99 yards away. You think they get a first down, maybe 2, we get the ball back at midfield. If you lose by 5, everyone's roasting him for not going for it. It's easy to look back. 2, did not realize how many Pitt fans listened to the show regarding not doing Sweet Caroline. My wife and I took in both cinematic recaps from both games to cheer us up, and she commented the best thing about it was all ages, from young and old, participating. Plus, it irks them mightily. Imagine someone from another school doing that, a PG-13 version of Country Roads.
Hoppy, I said that. I don't know if you were on when we were doing that. I said that's one of the very best parts about Sweet Caroline, in my opinion, is that you've totally hijacked their thing.
Absolutely. You just took it from them.
Like, and there's almost no way they can't play it and not have that in the back of their heads at times, right? Not just when we're playing them, but that's got to be in there.
They're like looking
totally
around. Are they going to say? Somebody going to say it?
Is that right? That's your tradition. We'll just take that. We'll take it. We'll use it.
Yeah, that is one of the old-timers.
Yeah, it is.
That is one of the old-timers. Great one. Don't forget, 3 Guys Before the Game is brought to us by our good friends at Go-Mart. Big candy sliding out of the door because Halloween's over. But you know what comes next? Big Christmas. Big Christmas. They're getting ready. And at all the Go-Marts across the state and beyond, Marty's Merry Spin is underway. You go in there, you have your app, and you take a shot of the QR code, and then you spin the deal. You spin. Mary's Marty Spin. They're giving away a bunch of stuff. $1,000 gift card, $500 shopping spree, $500 charity donation, 150 rewards points, free candy. Just scan the QR code at your local Go-Mart. Give that wheel a whirl before the 19th of December. Snickers, Starbucks, Skittles, M&Ms. Stock up on your favorites. Texter, I'm not one to swear much at all, but Sweet Caroline is an exception. If you don't like it, don't say it. Texter, Sweet Caroline alternate lyrics. I've been taking my kids, now 15 and 13, to Mountaineer games for 10 years. My solution to the word in question when they were little was substitute it to eat it, Pitt, instead of the more earthy one. By the time they hit middle school, they could cuss out what was being, or they could cuss out what was being said, but for now we all keep it clean. My friend's solution has been to wink and tell their kids just this one time, which makes it a fun treat.
Yeah.
That's how I handled it.
Finally, I've got one last thing to say to the pearl-clutching Sweet Caroline purists. Lighten up, Francis. Remember that movie? There he is. Remember that?
Was that?
That's Stripes.
Oh.
Yeah. Sergeant Holka. Lighten up, Francis. John Candy had the great line in that movie. You can't tell. Doctor says I swallowed a lot of aggression when I was a kid. And pizzas, too. Dr. M from Morgantown. This Honor Huff guy is insane. But what I really want to know is where did you get the WVU basketball crew neck Tony's wearing in the last episode picture? I'd pay a lot for that. That was a sweatshirt.
Yeah, it was a sweatshirt.
I just had a sweatshirt on the other day.
It looked like you just rolled out of bed.
Just a sweatshirt.
Excuse me?
I thought when you came in, because you're always making fun of what I'm wearing, I thought, is that what you're wearing?
Oh, is that right? Is that what you thought?
I shouldn't have started that.
I had showered. I was ready. I'd shaved. I just put a sweatshirt on.
They was.
I didn't think a tuxedo was probably appropriate.
Well, you could have put that hat on that Oliver Strauss or that Anthony Strauss.
I love that hat. Mark in Florida. Ross Hodge is quickly impressed with his tactical basketball acumen as well as his recruiting, portal talent evaluation, and game management abilities. It sure looks like Ren Baker has made yet another quality hire. Also impressive Tony's three-point calls and the new T-shirt slogans. Honor Huff makes the net go puff, and court is in session, Your Honor. Yeah.
You got some things to work with there, Tony, this year.
Yeah.
That's what he said. He said those last night.
Yeah. You got some stuff.
Oh, is that what you're saying? He has, yeah.
You got things to work with.
The net goes puff did make me chuckle. I didn't see that one coming.
Which one?
The net goes puff makes the net go puff. I did give a little chuckle.
Hey, when you were listening on the flight back home yesterday, did you, person next to you go, hey, these are my friends. I do a podcast with these guys.
I know these guys.
All right, last one. Kudos to Disney and YouTube TV coming to their senses so I could see the Greenbrier 5 pull off that upset over Duke. By the way, ran into John and Jason Sunday night, Brad.
Our lawnmower guys.
Yeah, they're
world-class lawnmower repairmen.
They're doing great. They look forward to catching up with y'all soon. I would imagine they'll be down in Charleston.
World champion drag racers, of course, and then can fix any problem when your mower has an unusual problem as mine did.
Yeah, like charge the
Something
battery.
nobody's ever seen
Or your battery
before.
stays.
Those guys came up and just fixed it.
That shocks
Amazing.
me that you're so mechanically uninclined.
I can't believe those guys fixed it.
Can't
That
do
was a
everything,
Rare
huh?
problem.
Finally, have you all tried the new Reese's? Have you tried the new Reese's Oreo yet? I was skeptical, but they were good, and I can crush a king-size pack of these. Look at that thing.
Former
You had
video
those?
former video producer for Sportsline. I don't think he was around the Three Guys days. Timmy Gwynn sent me a picture of those, of the Reese's Oreos. Have not tried them. He said elite. He'd do it again.
Really?
Timmy Gwynn's like a lawyer now. Like he's like he's finishes next May. He's going to be a lawyer.
Is that right?
Yeah. You know how many lawyers have come out of this place? I mean, Kevin Conley became a lawyer. Dave Jekyllin became a lawyer. Timmy Gwynn's become a lawyer. And look at you, Hoppy. Absolutely nothing.
I know. It's embarrassing. I think what happens
He did
is
have a monkey on his
what
head.
happens is
All those guys become lawyers. Kirksville got a monkey on his head. A stupid snake.
you
On a
didn't have the
camel.
snake. You didn't have the snake picture, did you?
And a boar's head next to a piece of jewelry.
The snake was interesting. It was a big long snake. And I didn't. My wife did it because she's not afraid of snakes. And before I had a chance to say anything, there was a snake around my neck. It happened fast.
How'd that
Like
feel?
a big one?
It was long,
Was
like
it
this long.
like wide,
No,
too?
no, like
Thin.
yeah, thinnish. But it was a snake.
You
Are
put a
those the
snake
ones
ar-
that-
you put a snake. Let me get this right. You put a snake around your neck.
Well, a guy
It-
put a snake around my neck.
Is he holding it or does he let go
No,
of it?
he's holding it.
Does it wrap itself around you or
No,
just hangs
it-
like a
it's
scarf?
Yeah,
like an open scarf.
He's got a hold of the snake.
All right, let me ask you a
Hold on,
stupid question.
there is a good
cost you?
picture.
What'd that cost you?
$2.
Okay.
There is a picture though of the snake looking at me. You don't have that picture of the snake looking at me. Looking
No,
like this.
Hoppy, you take care of your own damn pictures. I mean, you've been gone for 2 weeks and you put everything on us. You think what we're doing
No, I
back here?
gave Jake pictures. I thought I gave him a picture with the snake.
Now, how about
Karen
that?
didn't care about the snake being on her?
No, snakes don't bother her. She's fine with snakes.
Now, cobras just
Well, the cobra. Here's what they do.
Is the thing sedated? Like, what if is it like Tony's boar that he shot?
Was the snake
Was
alive?
the snake alive?
Was it just dead,
it's
flopping over?
probably just a big rubber snake. Is probably what it was.
You know, the green snakes, they look real, you know. No, what they have is to attract people, the gullible tourists like me, they got a couple cobras, and the cobras are up like this. Okay, but that's not what they put around your neck, obviously. They put another snake around. But they got cobras
How
up
do those
doing,
cobras not attack?
you know, there was a guy there. I wish I had this picture. Put up the picture of the guy with the cobras, Jake. The guy with the cobras.
If he had it, he would have used it already. He doesn't have it.
But there's a guy.
That's the only one we have? I'll tell you what we're going to do, Hop.
Yeah, let me get more.
Next time we do another show, I don't know when that's going to be, 3 or 4 months from now, we'll get all of your pictures organized and we'll have a Hoppy show and tell. Is that good, Brad?
You know what's weird is, so if you go back to that picture, you see that almost like that pan. See that white thing?
Yeah.
So that you walk up and that's just sitting there, and he lifts it up and there's a cobra comes out of there. That'll get your attention.
Yeah, I don't need any of that.
I'm not interested.
I don't need any of that. That's
I'm interested in seeing your pictures of it. I would not want that. I don't need the cobra all up in my grill.
That's a hard no.
yeah, we're
Hard
good.
no on the cobra.
All right, we're out. We'll be back on
Karen can
Monday. We'll be back on Monday.
Okay.
Play Sunday. We'll be back here Monday to do a recap of the weekend basketball tournament. We'll also start to look ahead to the final home football game against Texas Tech.
Having a weird week off, huh?
Yeah.
Weird time for
Yeah, weird time. Weird time. Next, so Saturday, Friday and Saturday and Sunday, we're down in Charleston, South Carolina. If you do have a ticket for the event on Saturday afternoon, we look forward to seeing you and getting our picture made with you. Bring an appetite because it's all you can eat oysters
Oh boy.
at Lawrence's.
at Fred's Fish World. 3 Guys brought to us by Gomart. Get a Gomart rewards card. Go to Gomart.com for details. Lou Wendell Marine Sales in St. Albans. They sell family fun. Visit LouWendellMarineSales.com. By Tudor's Biscuit World. Start your day the homemade way with a Tudor's Biscuit. Wonderful for holiday breakfasts. You can have those catered in from Tudor's. Makers of fine biscuits. By Comax Business Systems. Keeping West Virginia's business data safe, secure, and efficient for
Here it
25 years. By Jad Dill's Attorneys at Law. They won't take no for an answer. And by Conley CPA Group, providing value beyond numbers. Okay, it's in the book. 676 episodes down. Producer Jake, thank you. We'll be back. Have yourself a good weekend. Stay well.